Hey everyone, welcome back to Linux Network. If you're using Elementary OS or if you've been thinking about trying it out, you're in for a treat. The team behind Elementary OS has just dropped a new update, Elementary OS 8.0.1, and is packed with bug fixes, performance improvements, and some really cool new features. Whether you're a tech newbie or a seasoned pro, this update has something for everyone. So, let's break it down. First up, let's talk about App Center. This is where you download and update apps on Elementary OS, and it's gotten some nice upgrades in this update. If you're using dark mode, and let's be honest, who doesn't love a sleek, dark interface, App Center now uses the right colors and screenshots to match. It's a small change, but it makes everything look more consistent and polished. Also, when app developers provide screenshots, App Center now shows the one designed specifically for Elementary OS. That means you'll see exactly how the app will look on your system, no more guessing. And here is something you'll love. Search is faster. If you're looking for an app, you'll find it quicker than ever. Plus, they've fixed some glitches that cause App Center to freeze or act weird during updates. Now, it's more reliable and recovers gracefully if something goes wrong. Next, let's talk about the Files app. This is your file manager and it's gotten some much needed fixes. For example, have you ever tried to type a file path in search mode and it just didn't work? That's fixed now. Or maybe you've had files disappear when you drop them on an unmounted drive. Fixed. Scrolling after deleting files? Also fixed. There is also a handy new feature. The new file menu now respects the folder structure in your template folders. If you're someone who loves organizing files, this is a game changer. And for the advanced users out there, the Files app now supports the admin/protocol. That means you can open folders as an administrator directly from Files. No more jumping through hoops. Now let's talk about Terminal. If you're not a Terminal user, you can skip ahead, but for those who are, there are some great fixes here. First, tabs work better. If you use multiple tabs, they now focus correctly with a single click. Also, keyboard shortcuts work even if you drag a tab into its own window. And here is a cool one. If you drag and drop files from the File app into Terminal, the file paths are now properly coded. It's a small detail, but it makes life so much easier. Okay, let's move on to the system settings. This is where you customize your computer, and there are some really handy updates here. First, you can now control notification more easily. Don't want to see those little pop-up bubbles about updates? You can turn them off. If you're on a metered connection, like mobile data, Elementary OS won't automatically download updates anymore. Instead, it will notify you so you can decide when to update. And here's something I love. Before downloading updates, you can now see how big they are. This is great if you're on a slow or limited connection. There is also a new progress bar for downloads, so you know how long you'll be waiting. In the network settings, there are two new options. You can choose whether to automatically connect to a network when it's available and whether to reduce background data usage on that network. And for all you customization fans, the mouse pointer icons and check marks in settings now match your chosen accent color. Plus, sidebars remember how wide you adjusted them. It's the little things, right? If you're installing Elementary OS for the first time or reinstalling it, the process is now smoother. They fixed issues that caused the installer to crash during custom partitioning, and the encryption step has been redesigned to fit on a single page, making it less confusing. Also, the onboarding process, that's the initial setup, now stays centered on your display, even if you resize the window. It's a small change, but it makes the experience so much nicer. Let's talk about the panel, that's the bar at the top of your screen, and quick settings. If you're using a high resolution display, the panel height now looks correct. In the application menu, you can now choose to keep an app in the dock directly from the context menu. In the power menu, your device model name is now displayed, F available, and it no longer shows an empty battery icon by mistake. In the sound menu, they fixed issues with album art not loading and player icons becoming too large. And in quick settings, there is a new page where you can see who else is logged in and switch between accounts quickly. Super handy if you share your computer with others. Now let's talk about the dock, the bar at the bottom of your screen. There is now more space between app icons and the running indicators, which makes it look cleaner. Apps that don't notify you on startup won't bounce in the dock forever anymore. And if you're using the classic session, the dock no longer receives clicks when it's hidden. Plus, if you turn off panel translucency, the dock now matches with an opaque style. It's all about those little details. The window manager, which handles how your apps and window behaves, has also gotten some love. They fixed 5 potential crashes and over a dozen reported bugs. If you're using a high-resolution display, you'll notice better compatibility, and overall everything feels faster and smoother. Here are some other cool fixes. Bluetooth fixed an issue where connecting Bluetooth devices could freeze the lock screen. Captive Network Assistant. You can now close it with a keyboard shortcut like Ctrl+Q. Screenshots. Copying screenshots to the clipboard now works correctly. Wired connections. Fixed an issue where wired networks may fail to connect. App Armor Profile. Pre-installed profile fixes issues with Flatpak apps like runtime updates and app launches in guest demo mode. So why should you update? If you're already using Elementary OS 8.0, this update is definitely worth it. It fixes bugs, improves performance, and adds some handy new features. Plus, it ensures better compatibility with newer hardware. If you're new to Elementary OS, this is a great time to give it a try. It's fast, beautiful, and designed to be easy to use. And with this update, it's even better. And that's it for the tour of Elementary OS 8.0.1. If you're already using Elementary OS, you can update through the App Center. If you're new, head over to the Elementary OS website to download the latest version. And as always, if you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.